SaintsFC Transfer Show from the Football Martin channel. Loads of stories coming your way surrounding Matheus, Fernandes, Tyler Dibling, Aaron Ramsdale and Shea. We're going to cover all of that in this transfer show. I've not covered what's been spoke about for the last few days because there hasn't been loads of stories till today, Friday. It's Friday the 25th of July, and I thought it was worth recapping and reacting to some of the stories that are out there today. And the biggest story today that's been spoke about across social media is a story surrounding Matheus Fernandes. I've only read this from one source, and it was from a reporter at the Daily Mail who's been speaking about both Shea actually and Matheus Fernandes. And he's reported that West Ham are said to feel confident that they're able to secure Matheus Fernandes for a lower fee, with Saints now needing to cut costs in the Championship. Interesting one. I'm not convinced that they will need to cut costs when it comes to Matheus Fernandes' wages, because his reported wage is one of the lower ones actually in our squad. And when I looked at Sports Trek today at the Southampton wage bill, or reported wage bill, it's just reports. Anybody can access this online. Matheus Fernandes, according to that, is on £20,000 a week. So compared to Aaron Ramsdale, who's on 120 grand a week, there is a massive, massive difference, but he's on 20 grand a week. I don't think Saints will be looking to get him off the wage bill anytime soon. And the fact that they feel that they can pick him up cheaper because we're in the Championship is not going to happen. Not with Sport Republic and the way that they do transfer business. They will not be getting bent over a barrel for a player that they feel pretty confident in keeping if they really wanted to, because I actually think Matheus Fernandes will turn out for Southampton in the Championship at the start of next season. I do believe that he could potentially actually stay at the club for the whole season. Look, he's going to create interest, and it's going to take a fairly big bid to land him. The interesting one was around Shea. There's no talk around transfer fees, but he's apparently really happy at his transition coming back. He transitioned back into training really well, according to some reports that I read with Alfie House today and his story that he did on the Echo. And Charles I think he's got better as pre-season's gone from what I'm reading as well. But West Ham are quite interested in him as well. They're looking to add midfielders to their squad for the current up-and-coming Premier League campaign. I don't see Charles going anywhere, if I'm totally honest. I think he is an absolute must keep for this window. Whatever happens, I think he could play a really big role this season. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs tomorrow in that friendly against... the friendly in the morning, 10 o'clock. So looking forward to taking a look at that. And to see... and look at him and Fernandes and see how much time that Fernandes gets as well, because they're just easing him back in and they're not going to want to burn him out as against Espanyol. I totally had a mind blank there for a second, so I've just quickly gone to the club's website just to double check it was Espanyol tomorrow. So you can join me for a watch along here on the Football Martin channel from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So you can buy your ticket from the club and you can watch it if you want to pay for it as a £5, which I'm going to do. And I'm going to watch the game and I'm just going to talk about it. Not showing the game, I'm just literally going to talk about what I'm watching and give some opinions as that game goes on. You better follow loads of reaction across X and social media platforms as well. Right, a story that I brought to you on the Championship Transfer Show that I put out this morning, Friday, was around Bella Kotchap. Saints still looking to try and move him on, but they've been demanding around 10 million euros for the defender, who's not played for Saints really at all in the last two seasons. A couple of appearances last year under Ivan Juric, but it looks like his move to Hamburg, I think Hamburg were pretty close to looking to take him there to Germany, but they've now pretty much ruled that out because Saints are demanding reportedly 10 million euros. And the salary apparently is deemed to be unaffordable. And I did read quite an interesting thought from another Southampton fan on this today. And I kind of do agree with it. He doesn't have a future here. We all know that. But we're still demanding quite a lot of money for him. Is it better just to not get him off the books now? Like totally just get rid of him. Cash in if we can get 5-10 million for him and just get rid of him. We've been down this road with players in the past. Carrillo, Hoyt. We were never going to be a part of our plans, but we always held out for big transfer fees. And in the end, ended up losing them for nothing in the end. I think with Carrillo, we ended up having to pretty much give the bloke away. So I think you have to be really mindful of what we do with him. I believe they will get him off the books. And look, he's got no future. We all know he's got no future. It's rumbled on for a while. He obviously wants a fair bit in wages as well. No surprise. Seems like one of those guys who just sit around and pick up the bucks otherwise. That's how it feels to me. But at Southampton, he's reportedly on £15,000 a week. So it's not like he's a massive earner at Saints, but he's a player that we absolutely do want to move on. Right, a goalkeeper that's on a lot of money, Aaron Ramsdale. Big salary at the club. It's well reported across the internet. He's the highest earner at Saints. Could he fetch the most in transfer fee? I don't think he will. I think there's higher sellable assets than Aaron Ramsdale, but it's been reported this afternoon, Friday, Newcastle United are in for him because they have been trying to land James Trafford, and it doesn't look like they've been able to do that just yet. I'm not sure Trafford is going to Newcastle, according to reports, and Ramsdale is apparently right on their list. Wouldn't be surprised on that one, actually. Eddie Howe knows him very, very well. Be a good signing for Newcastle as well if they were to land Aaron Ramsdale this summer. We all know how good he is. I watched the training clips. I don't know if anyone's seen the videos that the club put out yesterday. Brilliant content from the club yesterday. They've done some good content over pre-season, and one of the videos actually was Aaron Ramsdale and the goalkeepers in training, and he was watching Bazunu, Alex McCarthy and Ramsdale. And Ramsdale was just so much more agile than the other two. And just watching him, they were doing like reaction saves, and he just looked like so much better than the other two. I have to laugh at how the goalkeeper coach called Alex McCarthy old man. Though he was joking, but he was calling him old man. I did have to laugh, but it looked quite a really good training session. It's well worth a look. It's on the club's official website at this moment in time, so it's definitely worth taking a look at that. Right, elsewhere, I said about Tyler Dibling, didn't I, at the top of the show, with Everton apparently are showing interest in teenager Tyler Dibling. He's on their list of targets. Again, this has come from a source that works at the Daily Mail. They are looking to strengthen up going into the new season. Will Dibling be going to Merseyside? I don't see that one happening. I'm not convinced that he's going to get loads of suitors at this moment in time. I don't think his form at the back end of last season's helped with that. I think if he'd had the storming end to the season, it could have been very, very different. Not on the training camp, Dibling, at the moment, because he's injured, so he missed out on the training camp. A story that I brought on the Championship Transfer Show was around Jesram Radzaki. Southampton apparently still reportedly keen on him, though he would prefer a move to Scotland. Ex-Saints manager Russell Martin and Rangers were very keen to take him to Ibrox. They have apparently put a bid in for him, but it was a loan, but there was an obligation to buy of €10 million at the end of it, and it was turned down in the end. So very interesting, that one. It was turned down by Crystal Palace, the club who own the player. Looks like Palace are looking to move on Jesram Radzaki. He was a really up-and-coming talent when he was at Chelsea. A very, very good player. Right, what else do I have to bring to you? One more story that I read a couple of days ago, and I don't know if there's any real truth in this one, but it is around FC Metz youngster Idrissa Gana Gueye. I think it's pretty. That's how it's pronounced. Is same as the Everton midfielder. His name pretty much. But Ghana Idrissa Gueye, and according to reports in France that he's been tracked by loads of Premier League clubs. He was playing in the French second tier last year, not Ligue 1. He was in the second tier last year. Got 5 goals in 17 appearances for Metz, helping to earn them promotion to the top flight. And he has captured the eyes of many, many clubs. He's a good player. I've watched some clips of his this morning, but the reports are suggesting they were £13 million for him, €15 million. I don't see this one happening, not after Damien Downs coming. It's a very weird one to be linked with. Maybe with somebody that we were looking at the same time as Damien Downs. Don't see this one happening, but he's being tracked by Dortmund as well. And they reckon he could fetch a lot of money. But it was across social media for quite a few days. That wraps up all the transfer rumours and a bit of my reaction to it for you guys. This is just stories that I've pulled off the internet. Not reporting, I'm just literally reacting to what I've read. Matheus Fernandes and West Ham is definitely one to watch, whether they're going to put a bid in for him. No bid by the looks of it at the moment. Tyler Dibling, from what I heard a while ago, still no concrete bid for him. But Saints are going to need to start moving some players out the door. The window is ticking now, isn't it? Like we're getting deep into the window in terms of like the season kicks off in 2 weeks. The squad is bloated. And to do any more business, you're thinking that he's going to have to get some players out the door. But if it stayed as it is in terms of the squad and the players that you expect to move on, the deadwood, I think we have the makings and the nucleus of a very good squad. And a manager that I think is going to do really well as well. I'm really confident going into the season. We will be one of the favourites to win this league. We will be one of the favourites to get automatic promotion this year, and rightly so with this squad. The big question is, will there be a massive hangover from last season? And that has to be the concern. But a lot of people panicking a little bit about pre-season. But when you compare the pre-season to the last pre-season, it's actually been really good in terms of results. We started with Eastleigh again, though it wasn't convincing. Got the win, but you're not looking at results. You're getting players game time. You're looking at systems and the patterns of play, and just trying to get people into rhythm now. And that's what he will do again tomorrow in the friendly that they have in Girona. And that is what it is all about. Espanyol tomorrow. And it'd be interesting to see how he starts the game. Brereton Diaz has played quite a bit. He's trying to get him into a groove. Ryan Fraser's playing a bit of football as well. And when you look at it, we have the nucleus of such a good team. So I just think if we can get the right bodies out and maybe a couple of bodies in, we'll be in a really good place. And I will do my championship early season predictions next week on the channel, and where I think Saints will finish. That will go out next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. We're going to be looking at a ranking video this weekend. Not going to give too much away, but some great content coming your way on the channel over the next couple of weeks as we build up towards the championship campaign. If I missed any stories, drop them in the comments box below. Give me all your thoughts, all your reactions. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you can join me tomorrow for the watch along for the pre-season friendly if you really want to know a little bit more. But otherwise, if I don't see you there, have a great weekend.